Yay! All right, we're doing another live today, Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And if y'all don't mind, at some point in time, would you go over to my YouTube and hit subscribe? It doesn't cost you anything. I promise. Just subscribe. It's amazing. I found out a lot of people aren't hitting the subscribe. They're just going and watching and not hitting the subscribe. And if y'all were doing that with artists and stuff like that, that's where the numbers go down because you're not subscribing. And when booking agents look at that stuff, the first thing they're asking the PR or whoever, what's our numbers like? They're looking at the YouTube numbers, the Facebook numbers, the Instagram, the Twitter, all that stuff. That's how you get artists to your town. If you like these artists, make sure you do that. And I say it after every show, like, share, follow, and subscribe, because it's a numbers game out there, people. It is crazy how it works, but that's what everything is transcribed over to. So it's crazy. It's nuts. This young lady I'm fixing to have on, she was actually on my first season, and I think we did like an hour-long show, but we finally sweet talked her back in. But the bad part is this young lady has been kicking butt all over the music industry. She has been playing shows after shows, and getting her to slow down for more than 5 minutes is almost a task in itself. So everybody give it up, please, for Miss Savannah Rae. What up, girl?
Hello.
How you been?
I've been good. How have you been?
Working like a dog. And you know that feeling. I know you know that feeling. You just got back from Texas.
Yes, I got back from Texas 2 days ago, I believe. We played a few shows out there. We did Freeport Riverfest, and then we played a place in Fredericksburg, Texas, which is right down the road from where I'm originally from, San Antonio and Bernie. So it was nice to be home for a little bit.
Awesome. I love it. When did you I seen on there too, you did the Austin Rodeo?
Yeah, we did Austin Rodeo and San Antonio Rodeo, which were awesome this year.
I've got to ask because I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
How is it playing a rodeo? They got a stage?
It's awesome. It's one of my favorites. One of my absolute favorite places to play.
I'd be like concentrating on the rodeo itself, you know.
Yeah, thankfully I never play during the rodeo. I'll play either before or after. It kind of just like depends. But oh my gosh, the rodeos are so much fun. We've done the New Mexico State Fair, which they always have a rodeo, and so we always go there. We did Houston Rodeo. A lot of places in Texas are typically rodeos that we play when it is rodeo season, but I love it so much. We did one in Wisconsin, the Spooner Rodeo, which is one of my favorite shows we've ever played. We sold out like all 3 nights. It was awesome. It was for the past 2 years. So that's one of my favorites in Wisconsin.
It's hard to picture a rodeo in Wisconsin.
It's honestly, I felt the same way at first, but oh my gosh, they throw down in Wisconsin. Like they're wild. Yeah. And I talked to somebody too, because we typically play in Wisconsin a lot for some reason. I don't know why, but Wisconsin's huge for country music. And I talked to somebody, I was like, why are y'all so crazy? Like y'all are wild over here. And they were like, honestly, we get 3 good months out of the year, like 3 good weather months out of the year. So when they happen, we just go wild. We go crazy. And I was like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. So now we love Wisconsin. We did Country Fest not too long ago with Jason Aldean, which was probably one of the best shows we've ever played. So love Wisconsin.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Jason in himself, he pulls a hell of a damn crowd.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was, like I said, it's one of the best shows we've ever played. They were wild, which was so much fun though, because I have, kind of like an upbeat set. I do like country rock kind of stuff. So they loved it, and I loved it. It's so much fun.
Yeah, because I've actually caught a couple of your shows in downtown Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
I think I emceed one of them. But I just had so much fun just sitting there watching you on stage.
Oh, thank you. Have a good
Yeah,
time.
I mean, you've got that whole. It's like you've been doing it for years and years. You've got the stage presence polished. You've got the interaction with the crowd going the whole time.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I have been doing it for years and years. Honestly, I had my first full band show when I was 12 years old. And so I'm 26
Wow.
now. So I've been performing on stage for more than half my life. Granted, it wasn't always, country rock. Sometimes I do a little rock stuff here, I do a little pop stuff here. I was like 12.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like I have been doing it for so long that, gosh, hopefully I'm mildly entertaining by now. Good heavens. I hope I'm mildly entertaining by now. But yeah, I always say that live shows are kind of like my bread and butter. That is the number one thing that I love the most.
Yeah.
Is, my live shows. I love touring. I love being on the road. I love performing. And like I said, I do like a lot of like upbeat country rock. So I feel like my style of music kind of lends itself really well to a live show,
Mhm.
in the venues that I do play. So I don't know. It's my favorite part.
So yeah, that's what I love because there's a lot of people out there. It's like they only live to record.
Sure, sure.
And when you get them out and you actually get them on live, they're failing a little bit in the audience participation and all that stuff.
Right.
And that's what I like about artists that actually love doing the live stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I love, writing music, creating music. That's always so much fun for me. But I just love playing that music out. I love like being able to not just sure I can post about it on social media, be like, here's my new song, but it's a different experience when you're actually, here's my new song in a live setting. So you can, in real time, see if people like it. They might hate it, who knows? But see if they like it.
I've and for the life of me, I cannot think of the names of the songs. I'm getting bad where I can't remember stuff.
Oh, I can't remember anything, which is like really frustrating for an artist and musician because I have to remember a lot of things.
Well, yeah, and what's really bad is names where you meet so many people. It's like I can't.
Yeah,
I do have to say for the record, though, ever since I met you, I've never forgot your name.
Well, thank you. That's so nice.
I have known your name ever since. But it's just it's crazy how everything goes, man. And then I've been watching like from CMA Fest last year that I did the interviews and stuff with.
Right.
I couldn't get over how many people are coming over from Australia.
Oh yeah. People go wild for CMA Fest, and I didn't know that it was such a huge thing that people were, traveling thousands of miles to go to. But there's people from all over. Like I'll just be walking down Broadway and I'll hear so many different accents. I'm like, wow, okay, this is like a wide thing nowadays.
Yeah. Well, I talked to Tyler Booth at CMA Fest, and
Tyler.
He actually just got back from Germany.
Yeah.
He was over there playing, and Lord, we had a long conversation about the architecture and how beautiful it is. I just want to go so I can see it.
Yeah, I've never been overseas either. I pretty much just stuck to North America. So that's definitely like one of my goals. And I don't even need to play over there. Obviously that's a goal, but I just want to see it. I want to see it one time before I die. Gosh.
Yeah, because I talked to Nikki Stringfield. She plays one of the guitars for the Iron Maidens, and they play Germany and all over.
Oh yeah.
And over there a lot, Oh
yeah.
And I was talking to her a little bit about it, and just the architecture and everything. That's what everybody's talking about. That stands out the most.
Yeah.
And
the architecture. They just have such a different way of living over there. Like one of my dream destinations is I really want to go to Italy. That's just like my number one. I would love to go to Spain. Greece would be awesome. So we'll see. Maybe one of these days I'll be fortunate enough to go over there.
Well, just for the record, if you do go over there, and you need somebody to come out and announce you to the stage, I'll be more than happy.
Perfect. Perfect.
And then we'll go sightseeing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Perfect. Sounds like a plan.
I can knock that off my to-do list.
Yeah.
It's crazy stuff, man. What's your newest single that you've got out?
So I recently released a song called "Just in Time to Be Too Late," which
That's
is,
the one.
yeah, it's a little bit of a different style for me because it's a little slower. It's a little tear in my beer. It's a real sad song. But I always say that I'm allergic to sad songs. I like my upbeats. I like my country rock. But I really do like this song a lot. I wrote it with my buddy Britton Cameron, actually a very long time ago, probably almost 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And of course, it's just now seeing the light of day. As with a lot of music, it takes forever and a half to actually get it out there, or find a good time to be like, okay, this is the song that I want to release now. But I'm just happy that it's finally out there into the world, and it's gotten a lot of really great feedback and reception. I'm glad people are liking it.
Yeah, because it is not your usual. I'll give you that. I mean, it's. I was like blown away when I heard it. I was like, "That's not Savannah."
Yeah, I know. It's not BPM 110. So, that's not Savannah.
Because that's one thing I liked when I seen you down in Nashville. I mean, just the power and everything you put into the songs.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's a lot of artists that don't do that.
I don't know. I try my best. I really do try my best. And I mean, I grew up with music, so obviously that wasn't always there. And I've really had to, work on, getting in the studio and being able to sort of emote through my voice, which isn't the easiest thing in the entire world, believe it or not. But, when you're in just a little corner booth in the studio and they're like, okay, be sad. I'm like, all right, well, I didn't know I was going to be an actress, but here we are. I thought I was going to be a singer, but we're going to be an actress today. No, but I mean, definitely have had to work on that throughout my 14 years. So, but thank you.
Do you remember the first song you ever wrote?
Yes. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I've written like a lot of songs, when I was 10 years old or whatnot. But the first one that ever came out that I actually put out into the world that is probably still on the internet somewhere.
Everybody's looking now.
Right. No, gosh. But it was called There For You. And I did it when I was about 13 years old. And so honestly, it kind of had a little bit of a country-ish vibe to it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a special song. It was a special song, but it was the first one, and I was 13. So it is what it is. But it's fun to look back on that kind of stuff.
Well, see, I find it fascinating because it's almost like I'm doing like a quiz or something, because I'm finding out a lot of people are actually, I think the youngest we had was 9 years old, wrote a song. Wow. And, just it's amazing. Between 9 and 13, a lot of people are dipping their toe in it. They're trying to write a song. They're finding where their vocal is, which that's hard.
Yeah, it took me a really long time to find my voice. And I feel like it takes a while because, I'm only 26. So even now I feel like I'm not fully matured into like my woman voice for even a few more years. So I don't know. And then your voice, your voice changes as you get older. When I was younger, I used to be able to hit all the high notes, and then my voice kind of settled where it naturally is. I'm an alto. I like to sing a little bit lower and stuff. So it's like, your voice changes, it fluctuates. And then it also can definitely impact on, what kind of style of music you do, what kind of sound really lends itself, to make the voice shine, essentially.
Yeah. Well, like when I was in high school, and yes, you can laugh at this. When I was in high school, my voice was higher, and I could actually hit note for note every Journey song that was coming out.
I love it.
And it was a blast, because I mean, you go to the discos and you're singing the songs and stuff.
Yeah. Oh
It
yeah.
was fun. But then I don't know. I grew up and my voice deepened.
Yeah. Yep, same thing happened to me. I mean, mine's still not very deep, but it's deep. It's so much deeper. I'll watch videos of myself from 13 years old, 14, whatever. I sound. Granted, I was a child, but I sound like a child. I
Yeah.
sound like a baby. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And
because
that's
I
what
think my
blows my
voice is
mind.
still high pitched right now, and it's just not. But compared to how it was, I was like, wow, that's wild.
Well, it blows my mind how people's voices do. It's you can run across somebody that's like 10, 11 years old and they talk like a little kid.
Yep.
But then when they start singing, you're like, where in the hell did that come from?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know so many artists like that here in Nashville that they'll talk one way and their voice will be the exact polar opposite. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
whiplash, but super cool.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
Hmm.
Well, if you listen to Toby Keith, the way he talks and everything.
Oh yeah.
But then when he started singing, it was different.
Yep. Yep.
I miss him already.
Oh yeah. I always play Should Have Been a Cowboy at like every single one of my sets just because.
Well, I'm hoping one day when my show gets big enough that gives y'all a bigger platform to be on and all that stuff. I'm going to find a couple of people that I used to go to school with or a couple of ex-girlfriends that dumped me or whatever. And I want to play Toby Keith's How Do You Like Me Now?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that's a huge goal of like everyone in the music industry for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sign the contract to the record deal and how do you like me now?
Yeah, exactly. I have a lot of people I could say that to.
You could have fun with that.
Oh, I probably will.
I would. Hell, come on the show. We'll do it.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
But that's one thing I love about you, though, is you came from that family that had that art and music background, and you immediately had that support group right there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
There's so many people out there that nobody in their family is music, and their music. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to get that support group going.
Right. Yeah. I mean, my folks, my parents, they introduced me to music at such a young age. They started taking me to festivals and concerts and all that fun stuff. And it really was like through them showing me different artists and whatnot, that really kind of fostered my love for not just country music or rock music or whatever, but all kinds of music. I listen to everything. I love music in general. But they really supported me, from the ground up. When I said I wanted to take vocal lessons and guitar lessons, they said, okay. And they enrolled me in that, when I said, okay, I want to, see if I can take this a little further. I want to see if I can start performing. They're like, okay, let's do it. And, my dad manages me now. And then my mom, helps out as well. I mean, I was literally just on the phone with her right before this. And we're talking about my new song. We're like, oh, what should we do for the video part? What should we do for this? What should we do for that? Sort of thing. So it's like everyone, and my brother too now, he is now in music, which is fun. He does a completely different genre than I do, though. He does like rap trap stuff. And so he does like the production side of things. He doesn't want to be an artist. He just does like production. But I, very much appreciate his opinion on certain things as well too. So it's like the whole family is, kind of helping me out. And, we're always on the road together. I was just in Texas with my dad. Yeah. So it's like we're like this all the time, and then I would not be like where I am today if it wasn't for them.
Oh, I love support groups. Mm-hmm. I think it's the best thing ever, because when I was growing up, the only support group I had was my dad would sing the bass parts at the church choir. Mm-hmm. And when my voice started deepening, he was dragging me up there. So we covered both levels of bass.
Yeah.
And my grandmother, great grandmother, mm-hmm. Her and her husband and two other people had a gospel group way back in the day called the Adamsons.
Okay. Nice.
But she played everything by ear.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Good for her.
And I'm bad because I can look like if you wrote out a piece of music for me,
Hmm.
I'd be like, I have no clue. I could follow the words, but
Sure.
I couldn't do anything else, you know. But it was just it was a whole in ear the whole ear thing with me, you know.
Right.
And my
Hmm.
daughter is just as bad. She can't read music, but I did a sound show for a lady, and she gave me a piano.
Hmm.
I didn't need a piano, so I gave it to Anna. And 2 weeks later, I walk into the house and she's playing Evanescence.
Oh, nice. Love
And I'm like, where did that come from?
it.
It's crazy stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
How
I
many
love
instruments you play now?
just guitar and piano.
You didn't pick up a violin yet?
No, absolutely not. I love that instrument so much. Fiddle and like pedal steel are probably my two favorite instruments, but I don't think I could. I don't know if I have the patience to learn them.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot to it.
Yes.
But the one thing I am liking, it seems like the younger generation, the younger artists that are coming in
Mhm.
are actually wanting to put back in the steel and the
Mhm.
fiddle, different things.
Yeah. Hmm. Yes, they
Oh,
are. I mean, Zach Top is like a perfect example of that.
oh yeah.
Hmm.
You know, and God, there's so many of them doing it now. It's just it's crazy. I'm still waiting on one of them to pull up the Steve Tyler shaking the salt.
Oh,
And
salt shakers.
yeah, you know, shaking the salt at the in the microphone so they could get everything right so he could do Sweet Emotion.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for more cowbell.
Dude. Cowbell on a song is awesome. But when people do cowbell and it's just a freaking cowbell, nah, it's not going to happen. I think it's crazy. You ever seen that, Caitlin, where somebody just picks up a cowboy bell and starts ringing it?
Yes,
It's goofy.
it is.
Cowbell.
I'm weird. What can I say? People love it though. I guess. I don't know. What's the one thing that you find most fascinating when you're playing to an audience? I changed that question a little bit. I was going to put it a different way, but
Most fascinating.
okay. Let me help you out. I'm gonna put it the original way. What's
Okay.
the weirdest crap you ever seen out in the audience of the stage?
Oh. I mean, where do I start? Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Yeah.
I mean, the last gig that we played in Fredericksburg, we had literally just started the song. Like we were 20 seconds into my first song. And
Mm-hmm.
then some guy is so drunk, he falls over and splays his entire body on the dance floor. And then the whole security literally have to pick him up and cart him out. Like,
Oh
and
man.
this is the first song that we're playing. I'm like, dude, all right. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like we just have the most random stuff all the time happen on our shows. I mean, my old guitarist, we were playing Country Fest in Wisconsin with Jason Alding, and my old guitarist, it was like in the middle. I think I don't know exactly. It was either before our set. Yeah, it was before our set, and he was gonna go grab a water, and I was like, "Oh, I'll get it for you. Don't worry about it." He was on stage, I was on bottom, and I had his wallet for like safekeeping because apparently he didn't have pockets or something. I don't know. And then he's like, "Hey, just hand me my wallet." I was like, "No, no, no, it's fine. I'll go get it." And then he's like, "No, just hand me my wallet." And he's like walking, and he booms right into the speaker
Ooh.
as we're playing, or sorry, as we're about to play, and like it was his head started bleeding, so we had to call like over like the paramedics to just head all make sure he wasn't concussed and everything. And the entire show, my mom was backstage handing him napkins because his head was still bleeding, but he was still like rocking out. He was a trooper. So yeah, he just had this going the entire time he was supposed to be playing, which was It was a lot, but it was still one of the best shows we've ever played, and I think he would agree, even though his head was a little broken. But yeah, we have really weird stuff happen at our shows all the time. Like I don't know if there's a show that ever goes 100% smoothly.
You know, I think like we should ask Trace Atkins or Jason Aldean or some of them, you know, what's the weirdest crap you've ever seen? There's no telling.
There's no telling.
You can say that the drunk guy that passed out 20 seconds into your song, he fainted.
No, he was so drunk.
Well, I'm trying. You came on stage and started singing, and he couldn't take it. He just fainted.
I could say that, but unfortunately, I know the truth. He was so gone. He sat outside the venue too for like an hour, just sitting there like staring at the ground, trying to fall asleep. I don't know. It's wild. Wild. Yeah, we have a lot of random stuff happen all the time. I just, like I said, there's no shows that we have that are just 100% smooth.
Yeah, I know. There's always something that happens during the show. Because when I was, you know, in the production booth doing lights, or I was doing sound and lights, you could stare right out of the production booth and you could see all the people. And then you had your stage, you know, and it's weird, some of the stuff. Yeah, I mean, I know I can see it. I know the artist on stage has got to see this.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have a literal bird's eye view of everything. So it's an interesting spot to be in, too, because sometimes I'll just see the funniest stuff and I have to try so hard not to just crack up laughing and just absolutely ruin the song. It is so difficult sometimes because I just see the darndest things and I'm just
The weirdest thing I ever seen when I was in the production booth is there was like 2 tables out from the production booth. It was a group of women and they were there. I guess it was a girls' night or something, and they were just having fun and listening to the music and stuff. But this one particular guy that had to have been 6'2", I mean, he's a big old boy. He would not leave them alone.
Oh, gosh.
He just kept on and kept on and kept on. And I guess they told the waitress or something, and they told security. And then out of the corner of my eye, I see this big old guy, 6'8", come over, and he just picks him up in a reverse headlock and takes him out in the parking lot. I laughed I missed 4 different changes in the lights because I was laughing so hard.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to keep it together sometimes on stage when stuff like that happens. Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna ruin this song if I crack even a little bit. Like, I'm just gonna lose it. There's been so many of those instances. I was trying not to laugh at the drunk guy on the floor, and I was like, man, this is our first song. I was like, I hope this isn't what the rest of the set's gonna like be like.
Know, right? They're passing out one at a time. I don't know what's going on.
Gosh. Wild.
Oh, so what you got next on the agenda?
That is such a great question. I wish I knew. No, let's see. A lot of writing and recording recently. You know, I'm on the road a lot, which again, love it so much. But there is oftentimes not a lot of opportunity to, you know, write and record on the road. So now that I'm in Nashville for a little bit of time where I'm not, you know, traveling like crazy, I'm definitely going to get into a lot of writers' rooms, into the studio as much as I possibly can before, you know, we go out and play some more shows. So just trying to get things going on that front so that I actually have, you know, music to promote when I'm out touring.
Yeah, that's the hard part, because even back in the 80s and 90s, I mean, they were coming up with recording machines that they could put on the bus.
Yeah.
You know, they were recording a bunch of stuff on the bus while they were out on tour.
Yeah, you have to do it. I mean, shoot, it would be nice because I do a lot of the driving. And by a lot, I mean most of the driving. So it's like, when you're driving for 8 hours, 8 to 12 hours a day, the last thing you want to do when you get to your hotel or wherever you're going is write, sit down and write. I'm like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what y'all are doing, but I'm going to bed. I just drove for 12 hours. So
Oh, yeah.
it's just very tiring, as you know, but and we make it work.
See, that's where I find it interesting because, back in the 70s and the 80s, there was a string of a lot of artists that were writing music on paper napkins while they were at a restaurant somewhere.
Oh yeah, you have to take the time where it comes.
And for good songs out there, you got to take whatever lead you get that comes across that just pings at you.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I'll come up with stuff, when I'm in the shower and I have to determine if I can remember it until I get out of the shower or if I'm literally going to barrel out water everywhere, find my phone to write something down or a little voice memo or something. It's like it's what has to happen sometimes.
Yeah. So you have fun singing in the shower.
Yeah, I do. I take very long showers. I'm kind of notorious for taking very long showers.
If I sing in the shower, I have to lock all the doors and make sure nobody can get to me. Somebody be throwing water at me or something.
The shower is the best time. It's where inspiration strikes. It's where you sound your best. It's like the most relaxing place. Oh yeah, like no wonder I run up the water bill a little bit.
You need to get you one of them big soaker tubs.
I don't really like baths.
You don't?
No, I'm not a bath person. I don't know. I never have been really. I'm a shower girl.
See, I was sitting there the other day. I was helping a buddy of mine, and there was this big soaker tub where I was helping him do some stuff, and it was huge. And then you look past the soaker tub, and there's like this 6x8 shower. Okay. That was a double person shower. And I was like, holy crap. I'm going to lose my living room just to put that shower in there.
Oh man. I don't like the big showers actually. I will say I'm not a fan of big showers. My parents had one in like their last house. Yeah. And only like a tiny portion of the shower was actually like warm enough. And then the rest was just like a cavernous ice box. And I hated it. I like a small condensed shower. And, I mean, I like it hot. Don't get me wrong. I'm a girl. We like some hot water. But I don't like the big showers. They're not great. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Can't do it.
And there's a lot of people out there that can and a lot of people that can't. I don't like it hot. I just like a good temp,
Oh, I like it boiling.
I can't do it.
I like my skin to be dry after I get out.
Yeah, but I would come out looking splotchy and stuff. So, I mean.
I don't know. I think it's a girl thing. Girls like it boiling.
Yeah, one of my ex-wives, it was like, I think one of the first things she asked me to do was turn the water heater up because it wasn't hot enough for her. And I'm like, holy crap.
We got to make the bathroom a sauna.
Yeah. Get out of the shower and there's nothing but steam everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Just how I like it.
In that picture that you took, I'm going to remind you because it's on your website.
Okay.
I'm going to see. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Who's Harley?
So that was actually the photographer is Harley. His name is Mike Lindell, and he's awesome. Yeah. He's great. He plays guitar here in Nashville. But he also does content on the side. And I was like, I need something really freaking cool for this song. It's like, a real edgy kind of just, I don't know what to call it other than just, edgy country, rockin' country, that kind of stuff. And he was like, what if we use the Harley? And I was like, yeah, And so we had some good fun with the Harley that day.
See, and after I seen the picture and everything, I was sitting there thinking, with the way your stage show is and everything, dude, how cool will that be to start that song and ride that Harley out?
That'd be sick. That'd be so sick. I would need a pretty big stage for that.
we're pulling a Judas Priest trick here. So
that'd be sick.
I think it'd be awesome. Well, I mean, Lainey's got the pickup truck on her stage now.
She does. Yep. She does have the pickup truck up there, which is
I was blown away.
Really cool.
Yeah. I just want the truck.
Oh yeah. That thing's great.
How do we get guys to come see the show? Let's put a truck on stage.
I mean, might work.
You never know.
Hey, whatever sells tickets.
Exactly. You know, and I'm such a big, because everybody that's on my show, I try to support them as much as I can and lend stuff out. And I've actually had people come up to me and ask me, well, how can we support the artists that we like, and I'm just like, dude, buy some merch.
Yeah.
Go see them.
Yep.
If you want to get them to your town, like, share, follow, subscribe, do all these things, because it's come into I think we're in one of the biggest number games that the music has ever been in.
Yep, I would agree with that. I just did a video that actually a lot of people watched on TikTok, and then I posted it on Instagram, but mostly on TikTok. Is that I broke down the actual recording costs and like what it costs to record a song in Nashville, and a lot of people, well, it was a little divided. A lot of people were like, "Holy moly, I did not know that recording was that much," and then a lot of artists chimed in and was like, "Wow, I pay like 2 times this, to record." And the final number that I came up with for, relative in Nashville is around like $2,200 to $2,500 a song. And, then there was a lot of people commenting on that. They're like, well, how much do you make off of streaming? Can you recoup any of that money? I'm like, no, unless your song is, unless you get 1 million streams on Spotify, you're not going to make near enough to, recoup that money. And that's very few and far between, especially for independent artists.
Yeah. Well, see, the way I was raised up, if you started a business or you doing anything like that, you always take your first $20 bill and you put it on the wall. Because that's the first money you ever made.
Right.
The first money I made through this whole wonderful streaming process and everything else on the podcast, which me and Julie laughed our butts off when I got the email on it, I made 4 cents.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, okay, so this many downloads gets 4 cents. What the hell?
Yep. Yep. It's tough. And it's, I get a lot of people that ask like, okay, well, how can we, support you? And I'm like, well, of course, merch. Merch will always be like first and foremost if you want to support monetarily. Coming to see the shows, ticket sales, obviously, that's where a majority of artists make their money is from touring. And then I'm like, well, if you don't want to spend any money at all, honestly, just like social media is the name of the game nowadays. A like, a comment, a share, whatever goes so far in the eyes of an artist, because that's just helping get the music out more to, some other people that might want to buy merch, that might want to come and see the shows. So it takes a lot, honestly. It takes a lot.
Oh, yeah, it does, and that was, you got merch on your website though, right?
I do.
Okay, cool. Because when I started the podcast, I actually put merch on my website and stuff. The only shirts I've sold is the ones I bought.
Oh gosh.
We changed logo and everything, and I'm just like, what the heck?
It's hard, man. It's real hard to I find it's actually really difficult to get, unless, people love you.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to get people to purchase, things like
Mhm.
that. And then you would think that it would be easier to get people to like comment, share, subscribe, sort of thing.
Oh
But oh
yeah.
my gosh, it is like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
I'll have a lot of people be like, "When's new music coming? When's new music coming?" I finally, oh, here's new music. They're like, "Oh, I haven't listened to it yet." Like it's been out for 3 weeks.
You're supposed to have me on subscribe.
I'm like, oh my gosh. It's
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's rough. It really is. Unless you have, a team constantly marketing for you,
Hmm.
which obviously not a lot of independent artists do have, unless you have like proper funding and stuff, which again, not a lot of independent artists have.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to, get your name out there. It
Yeah.
is what it is. Unless you hit the algorithm right and TikTok decides to like you for once, then it's just
I'm a firm believer that algorithm is a myth. It is not there.
I don't know. I mean, I've gone viral for everything but music. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. I went
Well,
viral for drinking alcohol. I'm like, okay, sweet, 11 million views. Can I have that on, music?
well, I mean, I watched like Alexandra Kay. I watched her because she's real bad about doing those either get ready with me videos
Mm-hmm.
or she does like making coffee in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it blew me away because she had a special guest when she made coffee one morning
Mm-hmm.
and he actually walked around her and started singing. And I'm like, holy crap, that's a million views right there, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, and there's stuff like that that, is very clever in a way that you can do something interesting while showcasing, your musical ability and whatnot.
Mhm.
It's very few and far between, like sometimes people will do that and it never goes anywhere.
Yeah.
I'll just happen to stumble across a video and I'm like, wow, this is a great video. Why does it only have 3 views? Sort of thing. So it really is like, I feel like you are at the mercy of the algorithm
Oh,
and
yeah.
or the algorithm,
Yeah.
it's you just never know. It's honestly like a box of chocolates.
Yeah. And it's the time of day plays a lot into that too. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if I typically post stuff at night, typically around like 7 or 8. But if I post stuff like during the day, no one sees it,
Yeah.
which is so weird because sometimes I'll, happen upon another artist and they're like, oh, I only post exclusively at 4 p.m. And that's like the best time ever. I'm like, dude, if I posted at 4, like no one would see this at all. So I don't know. It also depends, it depends for everyone. Everyone is different too.
Yeah. It's crazy. We had a show last week. Yeah. Last week.
Hmm.
And it just hit 1K.
Oh, nice.
And I
Nice.
was like, holy crap. Yay.
Yay.
But the weirder part is I did a video just on a fluke
Hmm.
of me cooking my chili on my stove because it only takes 5 ingredients.
Uh-huh.
And 30 minutes later, you got great, perfect chili. And it went way up there. And I was like, what in the heck?
Yeah.
Y'all care more about me cooking chili than doing shows with artists? What's going on?
I know for whatever reason, it's always this is actually a true thing though. It doesn't matter who you are. The videos that you just throw up there, spend like no time thinking about, no time planning, or just kind of throw up there on a whim. Those are the ones that, for whatever reason, have the best engagement ever. Like I said, I mentioned before
Hmm.
that I did like drinking videos on TikTok, and I didn't mean to make it a thing.
Yeah.
But so there was like this trend going around that was like, oh, take a shot of tequila without making a face.
Right.
And I was like, "Oh, I could do that, sure, whatever." And I was just bored one night, and so I was like, "Sure, I'll take a shot." It was just an excuse to take a shot.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay," and then I did the video, and then literally 24 hours later, it had 1 million views. And then I was like,
Wow.
"Oh, okay, is this a thing?" And everyone's like, "Do this alcohol, do this alcohol," and so I started posting like random videos like that. And I had, I think they're still up, and they have 11 million views, 10 million views, 8 million views, like
Yeah.
just on these videos of me drinking alcohol, which is just the dumbest thing ever. And everyone's like, wow, like this is kind of random, but we love it. I'm like, okay, well, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
If it works, it works, I guess.
Well, what's weird on the drinking thing is there's actually a podcast, and it's called Two Drunk Guys.
Mm-hmm.
And when they start their podcast, it's a video podcast.
Mm-hmm.
They're sitting at a table just doing shots. And they're way the hell up there. And I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It was the strangest thing. And I mean, I had all my videos monetized. So I made a lot of money off of those videos, and obviously I put it like right back into recording and music and all that fun stuff, because again, expensive. But it was just like so weird that I was like, these are the videos that chose to pop off. And obviously I discontinued those because it's like, I don't want to be known as like the drinking girl, it's like that wasn't really like the goal at all. That was just like, it was just a fun thing to do, and it just so happened to pop off at that point in time. But then of course, the second I go back to posting my music and like the things that I like actually want to do and care about and whatnot, it's like, oh, 300 views, like, all right.
It's just a what the hell moment.
Yeah. So now I post whatever I want because it doesn't, if I could, sit here and like strategically plan everything and do the whole 9 yards. And I'm like, for what? I'm going to waste, hours and hours of my life, planning everything perfectly. It has to be like perfect production, but it's just going to get the same amount of views. I'm like,
oh yeah,
no, thank you.
Well, see, that's what I find weird, because that actually transcends over into music.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, you can take and spend a week writing a song and doing this and doing that.
Yeah.
You could have a couple of shots in you and a couple of friends over, and you just write the stupidest, silliest song in the world. 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, something's going on out there. But yeah, one of my favorite stories is a band by the name of Bad Omens. They're one of my favorites. And they're huge in the rock market. Like they're selling out, headlining everything.
Oh, yeah.
And one of my favorite stories about them is that I think it was the lead singer. His name's Noah Sebastian. He got into the studio one day. It was like, I'm gonna write a radio pop kind of song, blah blah blah. He did not take it seriously. He was like, this is so dumb, this is so silly. And it took him like 30 minutes to write the thing, whatever. It comes out and it's their number one song that they've ever had. It put them on the map. It gave them basically like the career that they have now, from that one song that he was like, this is so dumb, but I'm gonna do it anyways. And you never know. It really is. It's the exact same concept though as the social media thing. It's very interesting.
Yeah. So I said the algorithm is a myth. It's just a fluke that you hit it right on time.
I've given up. So I post whatever I want now.
I think it's the best way to do, because
yeah. And I mean, it's also like more authentic. It's more genuine. Mm-hmm. It's more like yourself, it's like, why not?
Yeah. Well, that's like a lot of podcasts. They tell you in podcasting, pick a day, stay continuous, stay on time, do all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And here over the past 6 months, I think, I just been doing whatever the hell the artist could do and put it live.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it's better.
I mean, I used to, spend. Hi, sorry, this is Cosmo. He doesn't know personal space.
There's two cats around here that don't know personal space.
He's gone again. All right. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like you never really know. It's like something could pop off, something doesn't. But at the end of the day, I mean, I have spent hours upon hours just researching the best times to post, the proper hashtags, the SEO, the this, the that, the other. I'm like, doesn't matter, because I'll look at other artists and they'll have none of these things, right? Yeah. And they'll just literally post a video in their living room with their guitar singing, and it does It goes crazy. So I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just post whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we do a thing on the show, which I think we've only done 3 so far, but it's something that we're going to try to continue. It's called Songs from the Couch.
Okay.
And it's where singer songwriters actually come and hang out with us and get on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all mic'd up and they got the in-ears in and the whole 9 yards. And they're more relaxed than being at a writer's round because you got the audience in front of you, you know. But here, when they do songs from the couch, they're cutting up, they're picking on each other, they're doing all kinds of stuff, and it's a whole lot better, I think.
Yeah, there's a I guess a magazine out of Nashville as well that kind of does something kind of like that. They do it from their living room. But Center Stage magazine, I did one of their sessions with them one time. And I brought my guitarist and my cajon player, my drummer, but he played cajon. And so we just kind of did, you know, we kind of talked, chatted, did a little interview thing, like in between each song. I think we did like 3 songs, and it was super cool. It was awesome. I like stuff like that a lot. And that's honestly, I mean, I think it's great. I think it's great to watch. I think it's great to, you know, be a part of. I think it's entertaining for everyone.
I like how different people have different ways of doing stuff. And I applaud all of it because my big thing is just making sure that the artists themselves and the singer-songwriters are heard.
Right.
Because one of my biggest pet peeves is whenever a songwriter comes to town, the unscrupulous people take all their money. They say, screw Nashville. They go back home and they've got a box full of songs that nobody heard.
Yeah.
My peeve is I think every song should be heard. Yeah. Because you never know what it could do for somebody. It could it could save somebody's life. It could save somebody's marriage. It could save somebody's relationship, you know. It could wake people up to where they realize, I don't need that sumbitch.
You never know. You never know. And then you also don't know what it could do, you know, for the artist. Because I mean, you know, you put out a song that you're just kind of like, oh yeah, here's a song, cool. And then people could love it. And, you know, it could literally be a career defining song. Like I said, with Bad Omens and stuff. And sure, you know, their song was a little bit more of like oh, I'm going to do this, blah, 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 you know, whatever. But, you know, it like jump started this whole crazy thing for them. So you never know what it could do for others or what it could do, you know, for your career.
Oh yeah. I want to hear you make a song. I'm going to give you an idea. You can take it or not. But there's been I mean, like, dude, you could fill up a whole room, a 14 by 16 room of all the songs out there about piece of crap guys. Do a positive one.
A positive one. Oh God, I struggle with positivity in my music. Well, it's so much easier to write a song full of angst.
Yeah, but you've got that upbeat, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we wrote Just in Time to Be Too Late, because it's always like, how is, you know, the boy like doing you wrong sort of thing. Like, it's always something about the man. Oh, the man is, you know, sorry, the dog's jumping around, but how's the man doing you wrong? And I was like, what if we wrote a song about, you know, the girl doing something wrong?
There's very few of them.
Yeah, and so that's why we wrote Just in Time to Be Too Late. It's a different, you know, take that I think is really interesting, because it's always the man hating songs. So like, well, what if we take responsibility for once in our lives?
Exactly. Karen Waldrop did a song and it called He Could Fix It. And she was talking about the guy she was with. I'm not sure if it was her, but that's the way the song went.
Right.
No matter what, she could always turn to him and he would fix it. Yeah. That was his job, you know, and I love that. And then,
that's awesome.
Chapel Hart came out with a positive one.
Oh yeah. I love them. They're so fun. They're, I've known them for years, and they're so talented and so much fun.
They are hilarious.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Look, they came on my show. They was in the studio.
Mhm.
They pulled up in my cul-de-sac with Jolene and had a equipment trailer on the back of Jolene. And I was laughing when they pulled it here. I'm like, dude, you gonna get that out of here? You know? But it was a blast. I mean, and then Julie and the girls were talking about they're supposed to be having some kind of cook-off or something like that. I don't know what they're doing, but I think that each person is supposed to bring what they love to cook
The most.
and there's going to be like a taste test or something. I don't know what all is going on.
That's so fun though.
Yeah, it's just different stuff.
I wasn't told anything about this. That sounds delightful.
You was here being a producer.
I wasn't here.
Who was here?
I don't know. Not me.
I don't
You
remember.
just told me about it.
I'll say, Kayla, I'm busted. Kayla found out.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Food.
It's a foodie thing.
I like food. Yeah.
Everybody loves food.
Yeah, food's the best.
So, being born in San Antonio,
Mm-hmm.
what is your favorite food?
Non-San Antonio food, pasta. Yeah, fettuccine alfredo is my favorite. But I love Mexican. I'm Mexican, so it's enchiladas and all that fun stuff. Love that. Yeah. Enchiladas, tacos. And then other than that, I mean, I also love sushi. I don't know. Sushi's great. I love all foods though, honestly. But I do love Italian food the most.
Caitlin got here and the first thing she does is hand me some ham that she brung me. And sits down at the table and she's sitting there eating sushi.
Yeah, but it's like Kroger sushi. So I don't know what's going to happen.
Okay, I've eaten gas station sushi before. I don't care.
Oh, I've never done that. Unless it's like a Buc-ee's or like a Wawa, somewhere nice, maybe.
Y'all, I mean, when you're on the road, you do what you have to do, but y'all would be offended at some of the things that I've put into my body, like from a gas station.
Oh, God.
I'm surprised I don't get sick more often.
Well, see, I used to drive trucks, so we, always had to stop and get something to eat somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, the weirdest part, though, is the best breakfast burritos I ever had in my life was at a truck stop in El Paso. Yeah. And it was a little Mexican guy, older guy, about 60, 65 maybe. And he was selling them out of the back of his car. And his wife made them. You talk about to die for. Oh, my God.
My cousins do it right.
It was good.
My cousins do it right. What can I say? We know how to make food. That is one thing. We know how to make some good Mexican food. Well,
a lot of people don't understand, though. There is a huge difference between sausage and the other one. What's that? Chorizo. Yeah. There's a huge difference. You can taste it. You can everything. The consistency of it.
Yep. Yes, there is. I mean, and there's a huge difference between like Mexican food from Texas and Mexican food from California and Mexican food from New Mexico. They're all extremely different. I'm biased. I prefer Tex-Mex. But I mean, I'll eat anything, but Tex-Mex is superior in my humble opinion.
Yeah. I think it is too.
I'm biased. I'm extremely biased though. Like trying to find a Mexican food place in Nashville has been a chore and a half because it doesn't taste like how it's supposed to taste, and it's very upsetting.
Yeah, it's Americanized is what I call it.
It's something. It's
kind of like Taco Bell.
Okay, I mean, honestly, I love Taco Bell though. I don't care. Like, I know it's like trash can food, but I sometimes want to be a raccoon. I love Taco Bell. You know.
Well, I mean, where else can you get some halfway decent tacos at 1:00 in the morning?
Yeah, I mean, it. I love it for what it is. I'm not claiming that it's Mexican food. I'm claiming that it's Taco Bell. You know?
Exactly. That is crazy. So from now on, when anybody shows up to a Savannah Rae concert, make sure you bring her some good Mexican food.
Please, and thank you. Sorry, I'm moving you around here. The light keeps changing, but yeah, no. I mean, I'm always down to eat.
There you go.
I'm a hungry girl.
And with the energy you put out on stage, I totally get it.
I burn a lot of calories. I gotta, get it all back somehow.
Exactly.
Taco Bell.
All right, girlfriend. Well, we got to get out of here. And thank you so much for being on.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It is always a blast talking to you. And thank you so much for, supporting me and supporting the music and for everything you do for artists.
I appreciate it. And you just keep writing the tunes and putting them out there, because guys out there in the video land, I'm telling you, you go to a Savannah Rae concert, you're going to have your mind blown, because well, not pass out drunk, but you're going to have your mind blown.
I mean, they probably will pass out drunk, but
You never know. But I just, overall, I just love your shows.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That is a very big compliment, because that is, like I said, my favorite thing. So
yeah, and it shows how much you love it.
Thank you.
It's crazy.
Thank you.
So do me a favor, tell everybody where they can find you.
Sure. So you can find me. Well, my website is whoa, as I'm dying. TheSavannahRae.com. Savannah, just like Georgia, and RAE. We got some guests. Anyways, but and then The Savannah Rae on all social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, MySpace. We're everywhere, man. We're everywhere. And then if you just you look up my name, Savannah Rae, on any of the streaming platforms, you'll find me. I mean, I try to make it super easy. Just my name.
Yep, there you go. I love it, with a little V in the very front.
Yeah. Yep. Because Savannah Rae was taken, so I had to come up with something interesting. And Savannah Rae music was also taken, so I was like, man, I gotta figure this out.
It's a popular name.
I didn't think it was that popular, but I've actually met some Savannah Raes, so who knows?
Yeah, and there's different spellings of Savannah, which blows me away.
Well, this is the correct way, though. Savannah, like Georgia. No H's leave off, no one N's, none of that.
Yeah.
2 N's and an H.
Gotcha. All right. Hang on just a second. We'll be back. I'm going to tell everybody bye.
Bye.
And I'm going to come right back to you. Everybody, please, like I said before, it's summer. These artists are getting out. They are coming to see you in your towns. Like, share, follow, subscribe. You want to support them? Buy some merch. Buy a VIP if they offer a VIP. Meet them. Get your picture taken with them. Get an autograph. They love hearing your stories. You'd be surprised. I've had several artists tell me they love hearing stories from the fans that come out and buy the stuff and support them. It is an awesome thing. So we're going to get out of here, and we really do appreciate Savannah Rae for being on. She's one hell of an artist, and y'all have got to see her live. Trust me, you'll love it. All right, we're going to get off here. We're out. Love you. See ya. Bye.